We are Rosemary, and you are watching the Idle Threat Wrestling Podcast.
Gentlemen, it worked like a charm. The rest is up to you. Some people think that wrestling's fake, but I know wrestling's true. What's the deal? Would you squeal if I told you that wrestling's real? What's the deal? Would you squeal if I told you that wrestling's real? Each wrestler does his thing to win inside the ring.
Welcome to the Idle Threat Wrestling Podcast YouTube channel. I know we've been away for quite some time now. Joey Idol here, the Vital One, Vital Joey Idol. Back again in a different location than usual. We're in the VHS room or movie room. And a little special something today. We're going to do an unboxing on a new segment on the Idle Threat Wrestling Podcast I like to call What's in the Box.
What's in the box?
So I got a package today from a friend of mine on the Canadian VHS Collectors page, Jamie L. we'll call him. And gonna open up this box for you to show some new VHS I got today. As you can see, here's my humble collection. I just recently got back into VHSing, and I thought it'd be a good thing to share on the Idle Threat Wrestling Podcast Network. So let's get started. Just gonna cut this fucker right open. Jamie, I'll pack this one pretty tight here. Don't want to do any damage to the actual tape, so I'll try to be careful. Pretty anxious to see the tapes I got. I sent him some horror movies in order to get these. And I hope to do more trades with him in the future. He was very, shipped very quickly. About 4 days, I got my tapes, and here they are. So,
what's in the box?
Let's see what we got.
What's in the fucking box?
Get all this right out. Good job, Jamie, on the packing. Tapes are nice and safe. We got a sealed copy of Wcw Mayhem. I don't know what this one's all about. I actually thought it was a pay-per-view, but I'm wrong. It looks like some kind of Greatest Nitro. WCW Mayhem makes me think it came out near the end of WCW. Oh no, 1999. So yeah, not even open. Whether I crack it or not, we will see. I wasn't a big WCW guy, but you know, I'll probably take a look at it eventually sometime. (2001) WWF Armageddon, Armageddon, Unforgiven, which I don't think I have. Hopefully not. Check the Unforgiven section. Looks like we're good. So, yeah, this is, you know, good matches. Hardcore Championship, Chris Jericho versus Rob Van Dam. Main event was Kurt Angle versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Lots and lots of good stuff on there. 4-team elimination tag. Dudley's Hardys, Hurricane and Lance Storm. Big Show and Spike Dudley. It's around the time before when the Invasion. So, that'll be a good one to watch. Everybody's favorite, Wrestlemania 9, well, to be honest, considered by many the worst Wrestlemania of all time. Yeah, not much to say about this one. I know I've seen it before. Match to me that steals the show is the Head Shrinkers versus the Steiner Brothers. Really, really good tag team match on there. Shawn Michaels versus Tatanka's a good one, and not much else can really be said about that one. So, still cool tape. It comes out of the original WrestleMania box set, which I have a couple of. I not particularly want these copies, but until I can get the official original release, I'll settle for these, and I look forward to watching it, regardless of what is said. Another one out of that box set, WrestleMania 6. The one from Toronto. The one where Hulk Hogan actually puts somebody over, puts over the Ultimate Warrior. I don't know if I've ever actually seen this pay-per-view beginning to the end. I've probably seen all the matches here, there, on YouTube, wherever. What be? Looking forward to watching that one. I actually might get started on that one tonight. Wrestlemania 21, in my opinion, really good one. The night John Cena and Batista were put over as, you know, the guys. Not looking forward so much to those matches. It's the first Money in the Bank, won by Edge, which was a great Money in the Bank in my eyes. This was the first WrestleMania when I got back into watching wrestling again. We went to Silver City, the movie theater, to watch that one. I got hammered in the theater and almost started a small riot, but that's a whole nother story. Yeah, great match on Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, awesome. Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio. I really like this WrestleMania 21. It would be nice to revisit. I haven't seen it in... Well, I don't think I've seen it since that night. So, look forward to that one. Global Warfare, which is just a compilation, I believe, of a tour that WWF did in 94 or so. Check that out. 93. You know, just not the best era. It's the beginning of the new generation. Crush and Doink on the cover, so that kind of gives you a heads up. You got Bam Bam and Brett in the corner there, so look forward to checking out what that one's really all about. Ground Zero, in your house, coming from 1997, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels main event. Excuse me. I used to have this one on VHS, and for a while I got into selling my wrestling tapes off and whatnot, so really glad to have this one back. Main event is Bret Hart versus Patriot. It's that whole US versus Canada era of the WWF, of, you know, beginning of the Attitude Era, really. Brian Pillman, this may be Brian Pillman's last pay-per-view, because I believe this is the one before Bad Blood, which is, in my eyes, really a very important chapter in the legacy of WWF and cementing the Attitude Era. So, right before, be a good one to watch where they're at there. So I just want to talk to you guys about what's going on with the Idle Threat Wrestling podcast itself. Me and Mike Holmes, we've kind of been on a hiatus. Both of us have been working a lot. Just a lot has been going on. We had Heatwave, Border City Wrestling, about a couple weeks ago. We were at the Impact tapings in Windsor about a month and a half ago. A lot has been going on, and we are going to catch you up. And I promise the Idle Threat Wrestling podcast is coming back next week, this Tuesday. Me and Mike are back in the studio. We're going to shoot another episode, and hopefully we continue this thing. I've been at a kind of a slump in wrestling lately because new wrestling is hard for me. That's why I got the tape things. I'm hoping to get some reviews of the tapes that we do, that we'll watch, and all that stuff. But I even told Mike that I thought about quitting the Idle Threat Wrestling podcast, and he told me that he would continue doing it without me, and that doing it makes him happy. So I said, Mike, if it makes you happy, it makes me happy. If I make one person happy, that's enough. So if you like what we're doing, please let us know, and we're going to keep doing it, bring you more in the future. Check out the other stuff in the past. Have a lot of fun doing it. I'm hoping continuing doing this kind of pulls me out of my slump. Maybe on the next episode we'll tackle my thoughts on the AEW. Impact just got a phenomenal contract with a new television deal. We'll talk about that. We got Impact coming back to Windsor October 25th and 26th. Ken Shamrock in Windsor. That's cool. I don't think I've ever seen Ken Shamrock before. I look forward to that. As a little bonus for you guys on the what's in the box and opening stuff, I got some WCW cards just laying around here. So why don't we crack in to a pack of these vintage 91 WCW cards. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. We got the Fabulous Freebirds. Oh, look at that. Giant Gonzalez, El Gigante, Teddy Long, Stinger, that's a cool one. Terry Taylor, Fabulous Freebirds, one of my favorite tag teams of all time. Although that's the era with Jimmy Garvin, which that's not the Freebirds. We want Terry Gordy, and Buddy Jack Roberts. Mr. Wall Street IRS, Mike Rotunda, call him what you want. Lex Luger, Steiner Brothers, another Sting. I know there's like 190 something cards to this set, and they definitely didn't have that many people, so you're going to run into a lot of the same. Ric Flair, though, that's a cool one. And the Southern boys, Steve Armstrong and Tracy Smothers, that's a cool one because I'm a big ECW fan, I'm a big Smoky Mountain Wrestling fan, and I'm a big Tracy Smothers fan. So, yeah, whatever. There's just a little bonus for you. And I think, just to keep this as an Untitled Threat Wrestling podcast, I'm going to give you the favorite segment. Everybody, I'm just going to leave you. I'm not going to come back after this. I'm going to leave you with a, tell me he didn't just say that.
Tell me.
See you guys next week.
He didn't just say that.
You know, I hear Hector Guerrero being referred to as the speedy Mexican. Well, he's not going to be so speedy getting in the ring with me at night. And Ocala after being out in the fields picking tomatoes all day long with the other migrant workers. As far as I'm concerned, Hector, I'm going to chew you up and spit you out just like a stale burrito, brother.
Tell me. He didn't just say that.